The prelim fired. Griddle. I think this hand can be better. I'll keep this. I think I'll just put back the second cauldron. So my opponent has a history of playing 4-color Omnat, Tron, and Ords of Midrange, so I would assume that they run Ords of Midrange slash Esper Midrange slash, you know, Solitude, shit in my face type of deck. Let's not expose Broodscale to like an ending or something. Maybe we can keep it around until we can play and adapt. Get some value out of it. It depends on what we draw though. Well, what if we drew Rest? You should have Discord bot for stream notifications. I definitely should, you're right. Let me do that right now. I need to enter a stream in which select a server, Barczyk's combo turn. Okay, I have invited the Twitch alerts bot. I have to set it up. Is Legacy stream ever coming? If there is incentive to play Legacy, I'll play it. But that is like... nothing else will force me to play that format. Okay, my opponent just passes. We did draw Grest, which is interesting. I'm in danger of falling asleep from your contagious comfiness right now. I am kinda comfy today. Not gonna lie. It's pretty nice. I think I will... do it like this. Now I will minus Crest, sacrifice my Young Wolfski, destroy the Proje. Ay. That is unfortunate. I might as well connive. So I'm not casting this Broodscale, I think. Yeah, Hierarch is worse, but I get a counter, and actually I can exile the Hierarch, the counter or something. Perhaps that will be sometimes relevant. Oh, it's Goryo's. Okay, but we have Cauldrons, so it should be alright. Just discard some Mendings. Okay, I'm much more comfortable against Goryos than Felia Pile. Especially game 1. Oh, that is awkward. That's essentially them putting an Atraxa in the graveyard. Oh, they just ate it immediately? I was about to say that them putting an Atraxa in the graveyard suggests, like, tells me that I can never tap my Cauldron again. I guess they might have a Atraxa Goryo hand right now, which would actually make a lot of sense. And them killing the Grist would also make sense in that context. That's interesting. Because now if I exile the Grist, they can respond with Atraxa. Then again, if I don't do anything ever, it's still not great for me. Then again, if they do get to Goryos, I'm probably not winning ever. That is an interesting draw for sure. They force speed Atraxa. What does that mean? Because it might mean that they don't have Goryos. This could also mean literally nothing. Damn it, I just feel like if I do Cauldron on Grist and I fade the Goryos for one turn, I'll just win. The thing is, like, is this board winning against a Frog? I think it's just not. So I think I have to move. Maybe I didn't have to move main phase though. Okay, them casting Mending is decent here. Big cat today. Okay, I am much more comfortable now. They seem to not have had Goryos. I feel like doing it on opponent's turn is worse. You mean waiting? You like waiting here? I want to activate my Grists, right? Okay, do I prefer 4 damage, 2 damage, or 8 token? Yeah, if we're doing it in our Grist, we're doing it on this turn. If we pass, it's just as bad. So just taking a gambit here. I think I like adapting here. Anna save me, Anna hear me. Having this token means that we can, like, we make them have to exile 3 cards for frog. It's not that it's a big cost, but it's gonna become a cost at some point in this game. And now we plus twice, and there's plenty of cards we can mill that will be great for us. There's plenty of cards that we can mill that will just win on the spot, like Yawgmoth is one of them. So now if we just untap with this Cauldron, it's gonna be awesome. Riddler is, of course, among the best. Should have played Ephemerate on Broodscale. Yeah, damn it. I missed that line. I like that my opponent just like randomly threw away 3 Atraxas just to draw Goryos for turn. Paper only play. Yeah, just reach into my binder. Do I even have a binder with Ephemerate? I probably don't. I don't own cards. Yeah, no blockers. Chat, I feel like we can overpower this very easily. Oh, Anna, I'll be with you. You are the angel that I couldn't kill, Anna. Yeah, I would just exile. That's weird that they didn't discard 2 when they considered on the spot here. I feel like if your hand was bad, you should have like given yourself the option to draw runner good cards. What I would just do in my turn is activate Cauldron on Yawgmoth, put a counter on an insect, proliferate Halfling, Young Wolf, Insect, minus Kill Frog, minus Kill Riddler. And then with Yawgmoth, Young Wolf, I would first attack. It's I would just make like 10 tokens with Young Wolf and draw like 10 cards.
Hi, chat.
That I got booped. No White Source Magic Rebound Ephemerate trigger in the middle of the stack. That if I had like $10 for every time somebody asks me if they can somehow weave in this Ephemerate upkeep trigger between the Solitude they're about to pitch, then I would probably be like $100 richer right now. Let's about in the extra Vexing Babiola, the Nile Spellbomb. I don't think I want pushes. I think I'll have Fort Seizes and Veil Summer. I think Grizz is actually fine in this matchup. We got the Ballista. Infinite Life wins, so... Yes, it is obviously yes, but only if you do it quick enough. I like that answer. It was my default answer if somebody asked me to Orcish Bowmasters or Lava Dart, the token that's right now getting equipped by Cory Steelcutter. I'm like, yeah, but you have to be super fucking quick, man. That's funny. I don't think we need might. And we might get away with it. Sorry, chat. A little bit of wildness coming out. I like this song, chat. There is something about like metal guitar lines and percussion while there is a melodic voice singing that tingles my senses in the right way. Shumber looks so happy and comfy today. I am very comfy today. Careful, he's contagious. Kevlar Monari just asleep right now. It's like 3 a.m. where you're at. Like, what the fuck you doing, man? Actually, yeah, I'm very happy to have you here, but what are you doing? I think this hand is acceptable, but we'll just get fucked by a Frogger. But sometimes you just do that. I don't think I'm in the business of mulliganing this hand. Just I have some like milky coffee here. I just had a nice fulfilling breakfast. I'm playing Yogmoth in Modern. Life's good. Siema Armaciński, co tam słychać? Holy szmukla, we drew a young Wolfski for turn 1. Now we have a perfect 1, 2, 3. My opponent notably missed their land drop after a mulligan to 5. I'm basically a vampire right now, kind of unwillingly. Do you live in Atlanta? That's where the Vampire Diaries were shot. I learned that because Agu was there and she's like super big fan of that show.
Which show?
What?
Which show?
Vampire Diaries.
Ah.
I played Broodscale because I care about that card less, and one card they could represent here is consigned to memory, so I would prefer to hold my Cauldron. If this resolves, it just pressures them a little bit, which is also nice. Yeah, with like 0 pressure from their side, I'm just gonna go to combat attack and I'll play my crest. But this game should be looking pretty good. They could have Solitude Ephemerate, which I guess would probably be the best thing they could have here, and I think it would still be okay for us. Yeah, my opponent just concedes to this. But chat, this hand has a high likelihood of yomboing on turn 3 with Young Wolf Ballista inside, but our opponent might just hook me, as Affinity Gamer would often do. And well, now with Tormod Script, I no longer have an out to kill them. But my opponent could have been much rougher with me in this game. They could have gone Pinnacle Emissary, all those things. Okay, they are just casting Tormod script, so I assume they have a land in hand that they will just use to... Oh no, they're trying to draw into something. Okay, them not making construct here makes me happy. Missing land drop. Okay, so inside can largely just find me cards that are bad into Tormod script anyways. So I kinda like going Broodscale this turn, adapt the turn after with a Surveil land, and then going Yawgmoth, potentially fucking them up a little bit. So I think I'll just do that. Them not making any constructs makes me very happy. Could still be like in rough shape, but definitely not bad. Out of the swamp in hand, I could probably look for forest with this. I think I fetched a little bit too haphazardly. Although that you cannot warp a Pinnacle Emissary from the graveyard, I have learned that lately. Okay, they go Pitching Needle, I assume, for a Blade of the Blood Chief. Okay, yeah, makes sense to name Blade here. Casting another podcast in hopes of hitting a land drop. Yeah, recasting Opal to cast another podcast. Okay, I guess they don't really need the podcast. The land even. Okay, Kappa Cannoneer is complicating stuff, I guess. So, like, drawing a Cauldron here would actually be great, but we failed to do so. And now the Cannoneer will outrace me. I guess we can find Cauldron with these dodgers inside, and next turn go Boseiju the Tormod script after drawing a land. Not great. But I guess Cauldron of the top does win the game. Thanks to the halfling, because it gives me an additional mana. So like in a way, this find outs. Though there's like absolutely zero chance we live for 2 turns, so it's probably the last turn we have. And thanks to the halfling, we also are cleanly protected from metallic rebuke. Hello, Olsen. How you schmonzing? Today is comfy day. Hope you're comfy. It's raining outside. It's gloomy, so we're getting comfy here. I'm just recasting the warped emissary. Not at all. Okay, so I guess that means we won't be able to win. Looking at opponent's board, I think Birthing Pond can be unbuttoned would suck. This deck does suggest that kind of heavily. I guess I can counter. Actually, I guess I fucked up a little bit. I should have played Young Wolf, killed Embry, and technically they don't have a way to make an artifact on board. But like any land would make an artifact, like podcasts would only be the only card that they can have that would not trigger Kappa. Okay, so we're calling ritual. So the second vexing bubble. They did have Nile's spell bomb. There's really like 2 Emrys in our opponent's deck. Actually, we can take a look at what MTG bot said, right? Last time they played with 0 Emrys, actually. For sure, Grists are pretty weak. Infinite Life wins. These are all good. Maybe we can omit the Wall of Roads. Just gonna like play 2 push for the Emrys. Maybe even the first Grist is bad in this matchup. I guess we just Yumbo or lose. Yeah, let's submit like so. What stops you from just playing Natu? The barrier of 100 play points wasted on a legacy league. That's what's stopping me. Fixing Bubble Hand with 2 Rumble effects sounds okay. I'll surveil this turn. I can probably double spell next turn with 2 Rumble Insight thanks to Halfling. There's some value. I guess he's fun, not necessarily on the MTGO. What changes on MTGO? It's like the best card, but yeah, I'll keep it just like as a bailout card. Let's grab a Urza Sagrada here. People their pet gets in paper, I guess. I guess less volatile combo decks in paper because people want to have fun. I'll grab Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Now we have Haywire Might, Ballista Broodscale. This will assuredly make short work of opponent's stratagem. Good morning, Otifex. Hope you're doing well. Meta is vastly different. There's so much more turbo decks. No one plays Necro. IRL, you have to fucking click through Nadu combo. That's awful. That actually doesn't sound of most awful. Gru went undefeated yesterday. I know, I saw that. I have to ask Cal about it. What made him play that deck? Oh, we missed a land drop here. I was hoping we would hit a land here. Guess I'll take a Broodscale to try and win next turn. Back in the day, only Paper Legacy had stickers. Now nobody had. Not even Paper Legacy have stickers. Has stickers. Well, my opponent, I was hoping they would not hold up a counter, and thankfully they didn't. Hello, Skura. We're having a comfy chill stream. Hope you're having a comfy day as well. My heart goes on. Can't hear my thoughts. Probably not. I should probably not. Let's cast Ballista X4 and maybe my opponent considers. Thank you, Noama. Legacy is the one format where cards I own is universally accepted justification for playing that deck. I know plenty of players who do that. In his sheets. At the door. Now that I think of it, against the 4 Cauldron deck, they probably sideboarded out Emery. Blah, 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 blah. There's no way Thoughtseize is good, right? So on the draw, we don't have the out of having a Vexing Bubble hand. Kinda stinks. Maybe one Thoughtseize, I don't know. I really am not sure. This hand is something. I think I'm supposed to keep it. Spit you out. It's all about. Delayed emissary turn. I'm gonna be your bubblegum bitch. Okay, that was somewhat unimpressive. So we either have Ring or Blade here, and I think I like going Blade here a little bit more because they could have consigned to memory. Casting Opalek. Krypta. Sure, kolega. I don't care about Krypta. They can recast Memnite turn after turn to block my Broodscale. They do need to provide a blocker this turn though. Okay, so it appears that if I draw Ballista, I win. igłę ma. Po to. Okay, didn't manage to draw ballista. Manki nie ma, no. Balista by dodała 2 many. I'm just missing 1 mana, but... Infinite mana, no win gun. No, we don't have infinite mana this turn, actually. This is a nicely concealed Bossage as well. That's decent too, because it means that you have to jump with the kappa. I think I will adapt end step. Oh, that's nice, this works. Okay, that's pretty funny, I admit. How about no modern month? I'll play the prelims, but I'm not planning to play leagues this month. Now I use halfling to equip, and I have 3 mana for Grist, and I have infinite mana, so I can minus Grist, kill Kappa, pay 4. I guess I can consign the Broodscale trigger, I mean the Blood Chief trigger. But then I go Grist minus retrigger it, right? And then in response to the word trigger, I still... wait, active, non-active. So I guess I will not kill them if that happens. Okay, to let that happen. The soundtrack. Glad you're enjoying it. I guess they have Sink into Stupor. Yeah, so this actually sucks so much right now because they will get to recast a blocker each turn, so I have to draw something. Or I am actually falling behind, which is insane. This is the most broken combo deck in Modern, BG Broodscale. I think it's Neo form actually. Probably not the best combo deck in Modern, it's probably the most broken. Just submitted dual commander with Tupac and Michael Jackson. Are they partners? I wouldn't think so. But Asbil is right, you should join the Discord. There's gonna be fun stuff on there, I hope, at some point. You can post food pics there. Now they have explosives. Nice throw. Food pics? Sure, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, kinda shitty that they actually win off of this. You know, let's draw Ballista again. Like, I mean, let's still draw Ballista. Targeting Babiola. Dobra. It's not as good. But it does keep Emery in check. 4, 6, 8. Do I sack this pawn tokens? Because then I can sack 2 to still have a 2-turn clock after this turn. Sure. What's the genre, Olsen? How would you describe it? I don't know. That's fair. Don't bring me down. Am I going too fast? It says gent progressive metal. That makes some connections in my head. I saw this deck at the Pro Tour and it seemed cool. Is it good? I think it's great. I think it's particularly good in paper. In Magic Online, people can say, fuck you, don't have infinite life. And in paper, people cannot actually do that. They can say, it's actually not infinite. It's whatever number you think of, but it's not infinite. And you can say, fuck off, man. Just shut the fuck up, please. Just shut up. Just shut up. Comfy Day sounds nice. It is nice. I guess my Chris is dying, right? And then they have 2 Tormo scripts, so my Cauldron never exiles anything of relevance. So equip here. I was interested in Broodscale, but I saw it's not as popular right now. I used to play Scales and Yagmo, so this looks like my kind of deck. I think Broodscale is still fine. Toribat actually won a challenge yesterday with it, so I think it's definitely viable. Chat, what do you think about pumpkin stew with chickpeas and leek? I think that's based. I would demolish that right now. Beefing Nero. Another one, notably. I guess I will exile the explosives in response. Because they can name Cauldron to free their emblem. They might be incentivized to name Saga actually. Can we draw Yawgmoth, chat? Can the Yogfather come down and rain his blessings upon us? Could they probably name Yawgmoth with this, right? They actually name Cauldron, that's fine. What if instead of drawing any of the cards I asked for, we actually draw Overgrown Tomb Chat? That'd be fucking neat. Wouldn't that be fucking neat? Everything is Titan or energy. Chat, what am I then? Am I Titan or am I energy? I hope I'm Titan actually, because I feel low on energy today. What if we drew Mr. Young Motski? You're most definitely Titan. Thank you, El Drago. I appreciate it. O kurwa. Five, six, seven, eight. So you can go Ballista for 6, equip 2 blades. And that's 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. So they could have a counter in hand. Oh, they have explosives. Okay. But I guess then my halfling grows a lot, and then I kill emissary and I kill them? Because it will go from 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8 Ballista, 9 Hierarch, and maybe like Emery. To my cheek. Okay, if we go Haywire Might, exile the explosives, and then go Ballista, equip Blade. Oh, they need to tap Pinnacle Emissary to explode. So then the halfling line will be lethal, right? What does Might bring to the table in this spot? What does another blade bring to the table at this spot? So okay, so what another blade brings to this spot is that they can't wait, essentially, because I can go equip blade and still grow my halfling after I start shooting the drone tokens. I might have to play around. Actually, a cool game. That's true. Okay, so let's see. We have 5, 6, 7 mana technically if we wanted to attack with the halfling. So 7. If we go X4, then we can pay 3, but then cannot equip unless I tap out of the halfling. But then I clear their board, which is also good. And if I go Ballista X3, that never happens. So I always go Ballista X2. So does another blade actually matter? Ballista X2, or like, what if I might the explosives? So I'm down to 6 mana, then I Ballista for 2, down to 2 mana, equip the blade, kill, kill, kill. I guess that doesn't really clear the board then, right? Does it? I think I take blade here. Yeah, X2, equip new blade is the line here. Yeah, and like... and now I start shooting drones. And I guess on the last drone shot, I equip the second blade. Why not equip now? If I equip now, they let it resolve. I remove the first counter from Ballista, and then they pop explosives, and it's not lethal, right? Because the halfling doesn't grow. Yeah, this is a wicked line. Okay, but if I remove a counter from Ballista right now, and they go pop the board, I win. So what I do is I remove a counter to kill a drone token. And now I equip here. Because now if they pop, it's still lethal because I have 6, 7, 8. I guess it's not lethal. Kurwa. Did I miscount it? Okay, they just let it happen. Guess what we have to do is do this. Oh, we could have shot our own hierarch, and that would be exactly enough. Oh my god, you're right. Okay, I think we're still okay. So this is a forced block. Yeah, if we shot our own hierarch when the ballista had 2 blades, I think we were good. Because the ballista at the point of attacking with halfling would be we had 3-3. Nice dick, thank you. I net deck the best player of the archetype. But I love Magic the Gathering. And I guess I don't remove the last counter because this is lethal anyway, and I want to keep the ballista around in the graveyard instead of getting it crypted. Zerg Sensei is here. Nice. Nice spelling. Broad's opinion on Magic changes daily? No, I dislike Modern. I love Magic. I genuinely love Magic. Kurwa mać, they have Saga and Emre. Ah, this sucks so much. Okay, we exile Saga. That's good. That's good. So we equip both here. That's not true. We need to equip one here. Kill Agata's Needle and Ballista. That is a much easier line. And Saga is named with Needle, by the way. Chat, what would the card Agata's Needle do? You're a novice in this archetype? I get caught up sometimes in playing the mid-range game that I forget that there's a combo in this deck. That was pretty cool. That was an incredibly cool game. With that Ballista top deck, that was very, very nice. Alberto's... He played... Oh kurwa. Exalted Sunborn. So it's like... Solitude Energy with Ephemerate. With Exalted Sunborn. Boros Scam. That's the name. Speak of the devil, Zerk. No, but there's no way that this hand is keepable. Zerk, shall we try? We were just talking about it, to pressure Boros decks with Turn Saga, threatening a turn 3 combo. Let's try. Oh, I guess they do have Solitude. Let's try. Now they play a 1-drop and we top deck Walking Ballista, as Brookie has foretold. No, sranie w banie, co najwyżej top deckujemy. I guess they can have Flage. I probably shouldn't have played the Broodscale, just to make their flage awkward. Yeah, definitely should not have done that. Źle ustawić triggery? No, for sure. I wish I had Broodscale in my hand right now. Oh, God knows what they would play on turn 3 if I... Cauldron Adapt has to be one of the funniest non-bows. Cauldron Adapt and Ballista is one of the funniest yes-bows. Yes, boss. That's exactly what I meant. Let's stop the like Malevula. That would be sweet. This is my favorite Lesbo deck. I won so many games of money. What am I even talking about? What the fuck? I won so many games of money while adapting with Broodscale. You mean like that you adapted and it gave you value? It's a card on top. That is unfortunate. Okay, land solituding my Yogg move, I assume. So I guess we have to graveyard a 4th type for Delirium. And draw a land after that to win. Well, this is not the 4th type for Delirium, so I think our outs are gone, but we can draw Ballista. Do we need to keep our delighted halfling around for that? I guess I can somewhat freely gain additional life here. Top deck Ballista for the win. Yeah, but don't kill the Hobbit. Makes perfect sense. Wait, actually that doesn't work, does it? Well, it does, yeah, it does. So I go Ballista for 0. Woodland Broodscale. Equip. Exile Ballista, target Broodscale. Make a token combo. Don't even have to Ballista for 0. I had no Delirium. Zeros. But not Delirium. Chat, shifting woodland is such a fucked up card. I love shitting in the woodlands. Then you have to? Yeah, I did. Okay, Brookie, I like that you... I like that you had the delayed ballista on top. Call. Zajeb mu potwory, żeby cierpiały. Yeah, I should have... if our opponent wouldn't concede, I would just kill their monsters. Stupid white monsters. I hate them. I guess against Solitude deck is a little bit worse, the Calling Ritual, but... should still be fine. Okay, let's have the max. Let's push max. All thanks to the surveillance that you dip one more. Surveillance are OP, man. Vexing Ball for Solitude, no. Oh, you're right. Would that change things? Because I guess I can keep the one around. I guess, yeah, Mythic is fine for bombardment. Zerk, have you been liking Grist against Energy lately? Because I feel like that's just like not very relevant. Maybe we can just cut all three. Wszystkie monodeki? Okay, we can try that. And then we can play, you know, I guess the Grists. Or we can lay some Fotsis against Solitudes. I know you've been toying around with playing potentially Fotsis, Zerk. Maybe we can do it like this. Can be within the fold more Fotsis. Yeah, Solitude, Clarion, and Wrath of the Skies are cards I would love to Fotsis and not necessarily would love to beat when they're already resolving. Maybe I can... I guess Wall does drop in value a little bit if we don't have 1-drops. Whatever happened to the young brothers? This hand is noted. My baby's got a gun, my baby's got a gun. So I will assume I have to kill this. But I guess I'll see what he plays. If I can hold it, I would love to. Getting to Ritual of a Ocelot Pride board is one of the great ways to win this matchup. Two cards scale very well though. I guess I'll go Tomb to go Young Wolf next turn. Well, this way they're gonna get more cards, but I guess if they just play like Ocelot Pride, I would love to not do that. Now we Surveil. You can even like chump a Ocelot Pride to make them use a removal spell on our Young Wolf. Next turn. Voice of Ictory. Yeah, I think I'm chumping Young Wolves just so they have to do something to... Brother Ben! Do you not know how first strike works? Nah, he's playing around calling ritual. O kurcze. We're gonna have full yombo after we ritual them next turn. I mean, this is a dog and this is a cat, so I understand our opponent's hesitant to attack here. Compartment. No to trochę niefortunnie. We might be dead to this chat. City's Blessing. So they make 2 cats, 2 warriors. I don't think we're dead, and if we're not dead, then we probably just win. I mean, not win. I guess calling ritual is super bad against bombardment. Mega niemiło, Przemek. Forum is against combat. No, actually, also that missed combat made perfect sense because if they attack that turn, they would get 1 more token that turn. But I would have a blocker, which I didn't have an answer to, unless they drew the Traben Charm. Did they draw the Traben Charm? No, they had answer to the blocker because they would. Okay, that. The line of play my opponent took made not that much sense now that I think of it. It'd be fine if we got another land in hand. Now it would be embarrassing. Hmm. Turmon Saga won last time. Not sure it was the Turmon Saga that won, but a Turmon play did win. They go Ajani, hold up Solitude, I go Vexing Babiola, win. Actually, I don't win because I have... Nie widzi Babioli, nie ma szans. Nie widzi Babioli! Yes, chat! Easy! Easy! Babiola! That who recommended Babiola to stay in the deck against Solitude Energy? Who was it? Sir Urso, thank you. Babiola. Yes, I will use Basking Broodscale ability. Nie, nie to! Kurwa, chat. I almost clicked the wrong thing. What's so good about Babiola here? It just draws a card. It's just a cantrip. Don't think too much about it. Chłop nic nie ma, wysnujecie scenariusze? No to fajną rękę kipnął, kurwa, Surveillant, Bombardment i kurwa nic. Co ty kurwa gadasz, Olsen? No bank ma solitudów 7. Nie no, niemożliwe. Chyba wyłożył. Gracz klasy światowej. Dużo kart na Street of Solitude? To jakie to karty? Albert SD after letting trigger resolve? Kurwa. Probably. Turmon Saga OP? Apparently! GG's, I miss Babule! Babule. Babiole. Olsen? Where is your god now? No i chuj mi na imię jednak. No plus 7. Okay, up against SWFF, who played WR yesterday, and WR is, I assume, Halia. Oh, no, it's Blood Moon Energy. I get it. If I play top 8 on Sunday, I'll buy you some local cuisine. If the local cuisine is Nando's, I'm gonna take you up on that. That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to on my trip to Liverpool. Some cheeky Nando's. Nando's is a club, love it. I remember to take translator with you so you can understand Scouser's language. Local cuisine is mushy peas. Spilling from your cup. I'm gonna keep this, but I don't love it. Vegan kebab? Nah, man. I'm not having a vegan kebab. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to perform blockage with my delighted Halfling. Oh yeah, pie in a bun classic. Classic, he says. I can't. So actually they didn't have galvanic discharge, right? Mm. And because of that, though, I want to Halfling Bubble. They could have just Flage my Halfling, attack me with Pride, make a token. That's not that bad, though, I think. So I think I'm gonna take this turn to go Halfling Babiola. Although, like, if they have Flage... I mean, I think I'll just prefer to throw this Halfling. And I'll probably be drawing off the bubble next turn. Just wait until it's come at you with fried ice cream or something. Yeah. I guess I could have fetched a forest this game. Honestly, as bad as it might look, this game is not in such bad shape. That I say is acceptable. Chinese style chippies in Liverpool go so hard. Chippies as in fries or... Well, I will block your ocelot pride. Sure. Ooh, basic forest is actually nice. I'll go ballistic here. I'll go ballistic. Saga on one would have won versus Blood Moon. You're so right. You're so right, actually. So, do I want to Broodscale? Deep fried butter is a thing? That's criminal. I think I'll play my Broodscale out. I probably should have drawn off bubble, but I don't think that really matters all that much. What is the counter doing here? It actually is how it works, Cyrus. Jebnąć się nie możesz. I will adapt on the upkeep, I think. I definitely should have shot the token. I was F6. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. They can now get rid of my ballista. I guess I have to do it main phase? Because if I untap, I can pump twice. They no longer will be able to get rid of my ballista. I think I let this resolve. Sure. And now this I target them. That is not bad, chat. X to the D. Nice Blood Moon opponent. Kick W. We did get quite fortunate. Okay, let's try the Zerk approach of cutting all the mana dorks and like most grists. I guess Babiola is not good either. You can keep a grist. Unless you want to spell bomb, then you can cut the grist. Man, you need to stop winning. I can't afford to buy a 4th modern deck, looks too good. You can sell one of the 3 ones. Warto trzymać wall na 1, żeby móc aktywować combo w odpowiedzi. It would come up, but like most of the time they would just remove it in response to the equip, right? What is against Boros? So Bruno, like, I do understand the surprise, but they have many cards that you would like to Thoughtseize and would not like to beat when they're resolving. Like, Clarion Conqueror is a great example, Wrath of the Skies is a great example. How about this? Yawgmoth is bad in this deck. I think that's just, quite frankly, untrue. Not selling my dog, what do you mean? Not selling my cats either? Do you mean Felia deck and Boros deck? Okay, or was the joke, or is the joke that you would never sell your modern decks? What was the emote? I think it was just 2 M's. Felia and Samwise? Okay, those cats. Party? I think we can add that emote. Actually, I cannot find it. Are you hallucinating, Cyrus? I never thought about Clarion Conqueror. I always have push when it lands. Bruno, can you like share? Please share the energy? I cannot keep a one lantern with a saga. Ay. This is not great. Guess I'll put back Cauldron and Alan and the Might. Belcourt mean push it. What sees it? Push it. Might just be that. I think I'm pushing this one, and then potentially I'm gonna get to Thoughtseize the Clarion Conqueror. There's many cards they can punish me with there, which kinda sucks. No play on turn 2 is actually definitely not the thing to punish me with though. Yeah, I think I have to Thoughtseize them because of the Conqueror threat. O kurwa, full house chat, what the fuck? They have full house. Okay, Cauldron will handle this neatly. I'll try to fetch around Blood Moon, by the way. I think they may still have it in their deck. Notably, if they have a fetch land, they can cast Flage regardless of my Cauldroning the next turn. Okay, I'm not gonna fetch. guess I know their hand is Flage, Arena, and a third card. I guess I have to just hope that they don't have a fetch land. Okay, no fetch land is great for me. Although, like, I'm in the same spot next turn. If they have a fetch land, I'm cooked. They just play Burn, Helix, Helix, Helix. Well, let's hope that it's not as good against my deck as one would think. Okay, if they have Galvanic Discharge, I want them to use their mana on their turn or net a token out of it. Although, if they have Discharge, I'm just dead. Ajajaj. Should I not have cast my Broodscale? Kurwa mać. I did briefly think about this, but I assumed that if they had a Galvanic Discharge, they would use it on their Flage. Tak ma fetcha? No, się chyba nie ma, jest najgorsze. I guess I'm not quite dead. I'm at 1. I would have to go Dredger's Inside, get a forest, like precisely forest or Boseiju, or Shifting Woodland, and yeah, w sumie it's just that. Actually doable. Fatal Push as well. Yeah, push would work. Push would work, you're right, Johnny. We have outs. I could have prevented damage gain. I think that means we're dead. I didn't expect to lose to that hand, honestly. It's kind of stupid. Sounds good. We have Ballista Blade combo too. What's his for turn 1? So I think I'll take Jajani. How often do you board in Potsies against Boros? Well, this league I did it the 2 times I played against it. We're testing it out though. I think Zerg boards it in often though. I think I agree with the current state of affairs. Take a Johnny Ballista the Ocelot. It does like cut down on my ritual outs. And also like I can do Blade Ballista things. Potentially. Also have ritual, so like the Ocelot Blade making a ton of tokens doesn't really matter to me. Weirdly. I'll take a Johnny. I might not Ballista the Johnny on turn 2, but in general, yeah, I agree that... Honestly, if I drew Rumble into land next turn, it'll be probably the best. Did you draw Ragavan? Okay. Just mistapping. Bury me, I'll let you bury me. Our time is running out. I wanna have a safe ritual potential. I do like the late game of this match might go to Flage, and then I would really love to have a Cauldron. I'm gonna play the Saga because if they do have Goblin Bombardment, I will have to act. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So not doubling the tokens yet. Okay, that's like low-key good for me unless they have Galvanic Discharge as well. It looks like they don't. So I'm gonna get to make a gigantic walking ballista. Is there a wolf damage combo I'm not seeing, or just infinite life plus Broodscale Braid Trigger? There is a if you have Cauldron with Wall of Roots and Ballista, it also is a combo. Do I want to fetch Shock? I probably don't. Yeah, I missed the wall. Dzień dobry, Koman. You look very safe today. Is your wife beat her shirt in the laundry? We have a cozy stream today, so we have to look safe. So now I make Pizdilliard mana. 11 mana, so I make a 5/5 Ballista and a Blade. Or do I equip the Blade to the Ballista? Do you say about in denial spellbomb in the end? We did. I'm pretty happy about that then. Undo. Now they go Surveil Flage in the graveyard. Arena of Glory. Haste Flage. Okay, land in the graveyard. Ważnego. Dziękuję. You make a construct, and I think I go Nihil Spellbomb. I equip. So they drew a land this turn. I didn't want to Flage last turn. I guess not wanting to Flage last turn makes sense. Sure. I should have killed the Guide of Souls. Yeah. My bad. What we will be doing from a Stone to Legend Hearthstone ranked run. That is among the things that I will not really want to do. But also, like, maybe at some point in my life I will play Hearthstone again. Oh, Cauldronium is pretty good here. Just put all the artifacts into play so we have a faster clock. Out of the skies. Well, I should not have put all the artifacts into play. Obi-Wan Jabroni, thank you so much for the follow. Chat, half of the streaming pleasure is just reading out the names. Kurwa, no ja pierdolę. Make a 3-3. So next turn I go pump up to a 4/4, shoot down to a 2/2, attack for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's not quite lethal. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 1 off lethal, right? 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, 1 off lethal anyway. I guess if I draw push, I win. Let's hope they don't draw like Seasoned Pyromancer. They drew Wrath. And now any fetch land lets them return Flage and win the game. This present lethal. Okay. Ah, kurwa mać. Actually, it's probably not the end of the world to draw the Saga. Connive time. I'm gonna proliferate Saga, but this is not looking amazing. Let's hope they draw a blank on top of the Flage. Hello, Scryos. They target me. Opponent unlucky not drawing arena. That's one way to put it. Well, that's literally the only thing I could search up with Urza Saga, so thanks, game. If I didn't draw this, it would be so good. Because I will have one extra mana. I will just use Boseiju to equip to Yawgmoth. Sacrifice the 2 constructs on Flage. Connive. Actually, maybe it wouldn't be that good. So we can draw Fatal Push off of the Yawgmoth. We could technically draw Grist as my first draw. If we draw Cauldron, it's good, I think, because we go Cauldron, Exile. No, it's not good. Cauldron doesn't really do much. Okay, so I think the line is Blade of the Blood Chief, pass. Actually, is that even reasonable? Is conniving gonna be more valuable or proliferating more valuable than putting a blade on my creature? What if they go Flage attack, target Yawgmoth? Flage attack, target Yawgmoth. I double block with constructs and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna equip. Jakby Blade się nie dobrał, to byłby czump z jego strony. No wiem, mówiłem już to. Że dosłownie dobraliśmy, kurwa, jedną kartę, co jakbyśmy jej nie dobrali. Nie wiem, co to było. Co powiedziałeś brzydkiego, Xerktam? So this kinda... It's insane that we actually have to... like... get lucky to get out of this. I mean, as it is... they don't really have a great attack if their hand is two blanks. But their hand could very easily not be two blanks. That's the issue. Very tricky game. Yeah, I think you should be okay. Why is Duolingo hunting me on Twitch? Did you do your dailies though? Maybe that's why. You should do your daily. What 1.4k days? That's your streak? It's kinda insane. Respect, come on. Bardzo fajne nagranie, na przykład jak Pauper, gdzie blinkujesz nosorożca i przeciwnik nie może atakować przez 5 tur. Mnie akurat minus. Gracias, he says. Nice. Okay, my opponent is also in a pickle, which is understandable. Okay, so if they attack, what is their hand? This could be anything. Deftones into Cave Down is such whiplash. I'm sorry. It is the vibe. Like, you can sum up the stream, or like at least the music choice. Here with that comment. Smaka na pikle? Co ja powiedziałem o piklach? Opowiedz na pickle? Okay. No, Claire, I don't think that's necessarily the only thing you're known for. So what happens if I double block? What happens if I single block? Single block and sack, I die to Flage. I'll do that. Now you draw your Flage and they die. That would be a nice line. I would love that. I would love that for myself. Notably, we're not dead to Flage here. I mean, they're still dead if they drew Flage. I can't get you to shut me up. That is one of the draws of all time, chat. He's a human. I know. Okay, notably, my Boseiju now kills their Sacred Foundry. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... right, because they have 3 Sacred Foundries, 2 Parlors, and 3 Basics. So if I Boseiju the Sacred Foundry, they have to choose whether they want to float white or red, which might be relevant. I think I'm gonna do that. Is Esper Origins a modern playable card? If it is, it's in this decks, I guess. We can try. We can try to play it, I guess. Don't draw like guide. Okay. I'm concerned they have another Sacred Foundry. I don't. Wow. That was an insane match, honestly. I'm definitely putting this prelim on YouTube because that was an insane prelim, actually. We beat so many different things that I didn't anticipate we were able to.